I'm back, baby. Here to spit more facts at you. Today is a big lecture and plan. But first, let me get started out by saying this. Much love to all my gods and goddesses watching this right now. I got nothing but love for you. I hope you're having a lovely ass day. And after seeing this information, I hope you continue to have a lovely ass day. But also, after seeing this information, I really want you to reconsider a lot of things because I break down like a lot of things that hopefully get you started to think so we can unite because we got to come together, guys. Like for sure. We have to come together to stand up against the goddamn oppressor. Well, with that being said, today's lecture is a bigger one in plan, and this is going to be the divine feminine dash the attack on the goddess. So without further ado, guys, let's get shit started. Spiritual versus physical realm. What you must first understand is that the materialistic physical realm isn't as important as the spiritual realm. When we pass on, none of the objects most people value will go with them. So like all this money that people be valuing, that shit really means nothing because when you die, is that money going to go with you? Is that Xbox going to go with you? Is that TV going to go with you? So with that being said, I want you to truly understand that we have to see above this physical realm. None of this shit matters. What matters is within. So go within your heart, guys. That's why the spiritual realm is a more powerful realm, for that has to do with feelings. These feelings we get are very powerful and they force you to think and act differently. So do you think the same way when you're happy that you would when you're sad? Or do you alter things? Like these feelings have very powerful connection on the way we think. So like I said, you're not going to think the same way that you would when you're happy, when you're sad, yo. It's just simple common sense that we've been forgetting this whole entire time because we're not thinking nor feeling about it. So let's start doing this shit. Now that I'm spitting the facts to you, let's go on. With that being said, we have two main divine energies, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. It's not hard to understand that men tend to have more masculine and women tend to have more divine feminine energy. For fuck's sakes, got man and women. Think for a little. So which one is more powerful, you may ask? Let's get into the explanation. So biologically, it's proven that women develop their brains faster than men. They can think quicker, so basically they have a more powerful brain than us men do. And if you got a problem with that, then I don't know what to say, my nigga. Like that's just like facts. You can't deny that. And in the same way, it's biologically proven that men are typically stronger than women. But that's just in this physical realm. Don't get it twisted. We're not stronger than these goddesses, yo, for sure. Because like if we face the facts, it's proven that if like we do the exact same exercises a woman would, like the exact same, put in the same effort, put in the same time, that we would come out stronger. And that's just a fact. But don't get it twisted. Like I said, these women are far more powerful than us. So right brain versus left brain. In terms of the brain function of these energies, feminine energy has to deal with the right side of the brain, as in righteous. Women are more righteous than us, and they have a better connection to the spiritual realm. Masculine has to do with the left side of the brain. So what characters go with these two? Let me explain that for you. The right brain, it tends to deal with creativity, intuition, nurturing, and feeling. Our left brain deals with assertiveness, aggressiveness, controlling, acting, and thinking rather than feeling. So, like I said, your feelings are more powerful than your thoughts because your feelings directly influence your thoughts. It's common sense, but we've been fooled to think otherwise. So these are ways to boost your divine feminine energy because we got to remember that we both have these energies. It's just that the specific genders have more of others. So how do you want to boost your divine feminine? It's really not as hard as you think, guys. Since we already know it has to do more with feelings, you simply have to feel more. Give yourself more me time. Go out and meditate. Like just spend time to yourself and truly analyze how you feel. Because like we came into this world alone, guys. We didn't come here with nobody other than our souls. And that's how we're going to leave. So we have to take the time that we're having this experience right now. We can't be taking it for granted. We have to truly learn and experience things by ourselves. And rather than going deep and analyzing for hours, start to learn to trust your intuition. But you got to keep this in mind. Your intuition is directly influenced by the things you eat. So if you're eating a bunch of bullshit with these toxic ass chemicals that go straight into your pineal gland and straight into your brain, you're gonna like not be as in tune. So these thoughts, these downloads that we be getting aren't gonna be as quick to you. And the most important one, you got to get back into nature, bro. It's called Mother Nature for a reason. This universe is like filled with divine feminine energy. That's what it's based off of, because that's the energy of creation. But I'm gonna get to that in a little. But like I said, get back into nature. Get yourself back into the source, Mother Nature, guys. We have to be doing this. Nature isn't some like fuck shit that you can like go out for 1 hour of your day. You got to be in there like a lot. And if you got a job, I would suggest right after you get out of work, get back in tune and go out in nature, bro. Spend time in nature. This is where we come from. This is our planet. We got to appreciate it. Not this materialistic bullshit, yo. Not these fucking concrete jungles. We got to appreciate the beauty of nature. So masculine versus feminine. So like I said before, this physical realm isn't as powerful as the spiritual realm. Let's just face it. It has to deal with more physical ability, and the spiritual realm has to deal with more feelings. So since we now know this physical realm isn't as important nor powerful as the spiritual realm, let me ask you this. If the spiritual realm has more to do with feelings and thoughts, and women genetically have a better development and understanding of those thoughts and feelings due to the better development of their brain, doesn't that mean that the women have more powerful energy than us, making them more powerful than us? The answer is pretty clear, guys. It's a yes. They are more powerful than us, and there's nothing wrong with that. So you guys that are living in your ego, you got to realize we stem from them. We come from women. Of course, they're going to be more powerful than us. It's not like rocket science, guys. Let's be real with ourselves. So what came first? This is where this lecture is going to get a little fat. I can't wait to do this shit, yo. So things started out with the black woman. Therefore, that would make the black woman the goddess of this realm, or otherwise known as the God for all you Christians and Jews out there. You got to realize that the black woman is God. Even though y'all want to think otherwise. Y'all want to belittle black women all the time. But not they the gods of this realm. With that being said, women in general all have the ability to be more in tune with the universe, because the universe is a feminine energy, like I said before. Because all these planets, they have a direct correlation to the way we be feeling things. So for all you people like trying to debunk astrology, you don't realize that everybody goes through the same thing at once, these same thoughts and feelings. Everybody goes through them at once. Why? Because we're ruled by these planets. We handle them differently based on our astrological signs, but nonetheless, we still go through the same like experiences in a way, but altered by like how you perceive this reality and how you go about this life. So you got to remember, astrology is real as fuck. Prior to what you guys want to believe, for some odd reason, these planets are just here. To you guys, apparently, these planets are just here and they mean nothing. So for all you people that go out and spend time in nature and like really appreciate these planets, who tend to be Christian, why do you do it? Because you think by that definition, these planets don't mean anything to you. So why do you appreciate them if you're going to be a Christian? Food for thought. But with that being said, the black woman just has a higher ability than these races because she is the original creation. But in terms of like after that, the black men and men in general were made to guide and protect the women in this materialistic physical realm. That's why we are more stronger, so we can protect them. We got to protect their powerful mind, because that's what's important. Their powerful mind, without that, what are we? No cap. They have so much knowledge and information like naturally, so we got to protect them so they can give us their knowledge, guys. It's really that simple. We were made up with most of the genetic makeup of the black woman, but with different abilities, so we can guide and protect them. So we got to stop belittling them, and we got to start protecting them for real. That's what we're here for, literally. Okay. Adam and Eve. Black woman is the real Eve. And I'm going to debunk this shit for all y'all real quick, because Christians want to feel some type of way about what I'm saying. But I'm coming in with the facts, and they're coming in with beliefs or beliefs. So like I said, the black woman was the first person on this planet. And that is proven because they are the only group of people who have the mitochondrial Eve gene. Eve gene. all other races and genders have mutated versions of the gene. So they're similar, but they're just mutated versions. So with that being said, since the black woman is the only group of people with the pure gene that stems from creation, that means there's no other explanation than the black woman being the first person on this planet, thus making the black woman God in your times. But in reality, she's the goddess. So for all y'all trying to say, well, just listen to what I'm about to say. I just want to use that picture real quick. Notice the bottom. These facts are not up for debate, because I'm about to go in on Christianity. So if you feel some type of way, I would suggest getting off this video now, because I'm about to debunk y'all once again. But what does the Bible tell you about the story of creation? That Adam came first. So instead of using the black woman, they literally use the exact opposite, like they always do. They always flip the story around completely. So instead of it being a black woman, it's a white man. And let's take a look at Adam real quick. The story of Adam, as in atom, which has a nucleus that communicates with the mitochondria, as in mitochondrial Eve. So we have Adam and Eve, atom and Eve. It's right in your face, but you guys don't see it. You want to know why? Because your pineal glands are calcified. So what I would like to label you as calcified buffoons, because you're not thinking. You're just not thinking. You just believe what these people tell you, and you don't do the research yourself. But I did the research for you guys, so don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna break it down for you real quick. But before we get on to that, like I said, the Bible is telling you Adam came first and then Eve. But science literally proves that the black woman came first and that we all come from the black woman. So this, like I said, I'm about to debunk this whole good book. So it's a known fact that women have two X chromosomes and men have an X and a Y chromosome. The X chromosome is bigger than the Y chromosome, but we aren't told why, because they don't want us to know. But let's break it down for you real quick. So like I said, men have an X and a Y chromosome. What letter comes first in the alphabet? X, right? So if the male was the first one created, why does he have a Y chromosome? Wouldn't it make sense for him to have two X chromosomes if he was created first? But the woman has two X chromosomes. And like I said, Y comes after X. So the woman has to have been first. But that's just using common sense. That wasn't really using science and all that. I'm just using common sense. Something that you guys seem to lack, apparently. Because whenever somebody spits facts in your face, you guys want to feel some type of way and just completely ignore the facts. But I'm going to give you more facts. And this is from genome.gov. So for all you motherfuckers trying to like say that this shit, I'm just capping. Y'all niggas are capping. The X chromosome is about 3 times larger than the Y chromosome, containing about 900 genes, while the Y chromosome has about 55 genes. So that's over 800 genes that the X chromosome has that the Y chromosome doesn't have. And what do women have? 2 X chromosomes. We have a Y chromosome. So therefore, the goddamn Y chromosome is a genetic defect of the X chromosome. When you take 2.8% of the X chromosome away, it becomes a Y chromosome, therefore making us men genetic defects of the woman. And these are just facts. So if you want to feel some type of way about it, you gotta fight these facts off, I guess. So, also, last time I checked, men can't make children on their own. But you know who can? Women can. They can make children on their own. But y'all don't want to face that fact. And also, why the fuck do we have nipples then? Because they seem pretty useless to us, but they seem pretty like important for the women. Last time I checked, I don't got milk coming out of my shits. Do y'all? Do y'all Christians have milk coming out of your fucking nipples? I know y'all are some weird ass niggas, but like, do y'all got milk coming out of your nipples? No? So, pipe down, yo. No cap. So these people who believe in Adam and Eve can't see the science and the common sense That completely debunks yet another passage in their good book. But you know who did have a good understanding of this? The people who lived in Kemet, otherwise known as ancient Egypt. That's why we had a matriarchal society rather than a patriarchy society that put the woman first, because we understood that the woman was put on this goddamn planet first, which is why it's called motherfucking nature, guys. Just face it, yo. The woman came first. And we understood that, but y'all niggas took over and fucking flipped over everything. Because you're evil motherfuckers. You're evil. You're evil. You're evil. Now let me finish off this whole Adam and Eve thing real quick with just debunking Moses, who wrote the story of Adam and Eve. He wrote the 5 books of the Bible. He wrote them, apparently, according to you guys. So let me just debunk this whole shit real quick. So like I said, apparently Moses wrote the Old Testament and the Torah for the Hebrews. The Old Testament was written in Hebrew. The oldest verified alphabet is the Phoenician alphabet, which the Hebrew language is based off of. So, like I said, do your research if you don't believe me. If you really don't believe me, go ahead and do your own research. So the Phoenician language came out in 1050 BC, at least 200 years after Moses apparently died. Let me repeat that for you. The oldest alphabet is the Phoenician alphabet that came out in 1050 BC, at least 200 years after Moses died. But apparently died, because we all deep down know that nigga didn't exist. Let's be real here. He didn't exist. Let's be real. But if he is real, how the fuck did he write the book when the language he wrote it in didn't exist at the time, and when he was dead? Answer that for me real quick. How did he do it? And what did Jesus say? Or Serapis. I'm gonna call him Serapis just because his name isn't Jesus. Another fact that I forgot to mention: the letter J wasn't invented until like the 1500s. So what were they calling him? Jesus? They were calling him Yeshua, but I'll get into the whole Yeshua ben Yosef thing later, because at least he was real. At least he was real. This whole Jesus, this Serapis, that nigga was just Ptolemy. So y'all niggas gotta face these facts. But Serapis said, if you believe in Moses, you believe in me. But we just confirmed that Moses could not have written this doctrine. So since we just confirmed Moses wasn't real, Jesus just straight up said that he is not real, because we cannot lie to ourselves that Moses is real, because there's no evidence that he existed. And according to these motherfuckers, he scientifically could not have existed because he was dead by the time this shit was written. Like it's right in your face, but you guys don't want to do the research, but I did it for you. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let me go on in. So if you're out here saying that it don't matter, so if you want to be like arrogant and ignorant, that it doesn't matter that he didn't write these, or that the language didn't exist back then, let me be the first one to tell you that you, my friend, are insane. If Moses didn't exist and the language didn't exist at the time, that means that these religions don't fucking exist. It's common sense. Because if Moses didn't write the books, then that means that God didn't talk to Moses. God. That means that their God didn't talk to Moses. Therefore, whoever wrote these fucking books, whoever did, is making this shit up. They're literally making this shit up, because God didn't talk to Moses, and apparently Moses wrote this shit, but we just confirmed Moses wasn't real. So who wrote these books? Maybe it's the people who took us over and flipped everything around. Maybe it's them, but that's just me. So let me just end this bullshit real quick. This is what the story of Adam and Eve is trying to tell you guys. So when Eve, the woman, took a bite of the fruit that gave her the evil knowledge, what the Bible is saying is that Eve regained her knowledge of self and her divine feminine energy. Because remember, they made our teachings back in Kemet, who were black people, they made our teachings look like they were evil and demonic. The God in the Bible, in their Bible, demonized her because he didn't want her to know how powerful she really was. So what this bullshit story does on a subconscious level, because the subconscious is more important level, is tell that the black woman and all of us in general is that if you gain a knowledge of self and remember that you really are a God, then you, in the eyes of these Christians, in the eyes of God, that you are a demon and you will be punished for being that. So this God wants you to be calcified buffoons, so you don't realize how powerful you are, because you're believing a bunch of bullshit. You can't really feel who you really are. A god or a goddess, you just got to realize that. You got to realize that you've been lied to your whole entire fucking life. And I did, because I was a Christian for a long ass time, or Catholic. But you know what I did? I did the research, and I had to come with the logical conclusion that it was just a bunch of bullshit this whole entire time. It was tough, but I know y'all niggas can't. Well, some of you can't handle it because you guys are just like ignorant. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand. When you're reading a bunch of bullshit, you can't really think. So let's go on. The disrespect of the goddess. So now that our ancestors have been taken over, the group of people that enslaved us, these Christians and these Hebrews, they enslaved us with this religion. They beat this shit into us. Keep that in mind. They beat this shit into us. That's the only reason we fucking believe in this shit. It's because it was beaten and raped into us. So for all you Christians that are believing in this shit, you also believe that it was okay to rape black people, to rape them and make them and force them into this goddamn religion. That's what you believe in when you believe in this goddamn Bible. But with that being said, with when they took over, instead of the matriarchy that we were ruling under, because we actually understood the power of the goddess, not the bitch, for all you niggas calling them bitches, of the goddess. So with the patriarchy set, that put man first rather than women. And what has happened ever since the patriarchy was made? Constant disrespect from women of all races. Why is that? Because we were told, based off this religion, that the man came first and that women weren't shit. That's why these motherfuckers would stone women in older times. That's why as time goes on, it was still constant disrespect. They were being raped. They weren't believed. They were all this type of shit. You know the story. You know the story of what happened to women throughout all these times. It's constant disrespect. And don't try and say otherwise. We all know. We got to face the facts. These women were being disrespected their whole entire for centuries. Once Christianity went over, because when we were living in Egypt, we knew how powerful these women were. So men were taught that they were better than women. So they decided to keep belittling them in every way, because that's what they were taught based off this good book. That's why these retarded ass motherfuckers keep degrading them, because they don't know shit and they're being told it's cool to fuck a bitch and dip. They're encouraged to leave a single mother stranded. All these things being subconsciously produced by the media, as in Medea. Like I said before, Medea, the goddess of illusion, based off the media, illusion, we're being lied to, just like the illusion of this goddamn good book, guys. I'm telling you. But let me go into this part real quick, because I really enjoy this part. Let's talk about music though. All these mainstream rappers who all sold their souls to the industries, into Satan, because let's get one thing very clear: Satan is real. Satan got banished into Saturn. But the Satan in the Bible, isn't the same Satan that is actually a real thing. Satan was responsible for creating the real Satan. He was responsible for creating other species on this planet by tampering and killing other animals and splicing their DNA. But I really don't want to get too deep into the story of creation, just because I want to save that for its own lecture that me and my brother are gonna have to tackle head on, because it's a very big tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. But this isn't the one for it. So get ready to have your mind blown by all these coincidences. But like I said, Satan, he was banished to Saturn. Keep that in mind. He was banished to Saturn. He's currently residing in Saturn. But these are all just coincidences, apparently. Keep that in mind. According to Christians, these are all just coincidences. Isn't it interesting that Saturn's symbol is the 6-pointed star? Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun. Saturn Day, as in Saturday, is the 6th day of the week. And now NASA is receiving images of the Saturn hexagon, the 6-sided shape. Yeah, exactly. So what do you have with all those? You have 666. Saturn is the furthest planet away from us, as in the fallen planet with a ring or a halo that is furthest away from us because it fell. According to the Bible, aka Satan, the fallen angel who has been casted away to Saturn. Who worships Saturns? The Freemasons and the elites that still oppress us to this goddamn day. So if you think all those are coincidences, then oh well, man. Oh well. These are all just coincidences. Like, they had no idea of this, even though in Kemet, when they took us over and took our knowledge, we had a very strong knowledge of all this shit, and we knew the actual story of creation, and we knew how powerful these planets were, and we knew about Saturn and all that shit, even though we knew about it, and therefore they knew about it, because they took our knowledge and reversed it. But they're all just coincidences. They didn't know shit about the shit that we knew, even though they literally took our knowledge and flipped it around in their Bible. Coincidence. But sellouts. Let me get back to all these famous musicians who sell their souls to these elites who worship Satan, that's Saturn. So what they want to keep us at a lower vibration because they don't want us to tap into our God state. How do they do that? By putting fuck shit into our goddamn music, because they know how powerful music is. They know how much we love music, so of course they're gonna put it in our goddamn music. It's common sense. You see, before the invasion of gangster rap, we were uplifting our people through our music, but people didn't want to listen to that shit because it's not mainstream anymore. People don't want to listen about fucking like uplifting the community. People want to listen about killing each other, because that's what the Medea wants you to think. The goddess of illusion, that's what she wants you to think, that it's cool to be killing people and not uplift the community. People would rather listen to these soulless, sellout, Satan worshipping traitors. They are traitors, yo. Talking about killing each other and fucking all the bitches they can, degrading women, seeing them as objects. That's what was made mainstream. Not the uplifting of the people, but the degrading of our goddesses. But now let's see what's happening in terms of music right now. Now women are the ones that are doing the degrading. With Cardi B and all that shit, degrading men. But y'all be a bunch of hypocritical ass niggas that want to feel some type of way, even though y'all niggas started doing this shit in the first place. So now that these women are fucking fighting back and like fucking flipping the script around, y'all don't know how to feel. Y'all be like, that's some whole shit. So what was the shit that we were doing? Let's be real here. Let's not lie to ourselves. What were we doing? If they were doing whole shit, what were we doing? So am I supporting the music that mainstream female rappers are putting out right now? Hell fucking no. Why would I? 2 wrongs don't make a right, last time I checked. But all I'm saying is just don't be a hypocrite. Realize the mistake we made, so therefore we can nurture the woman with love and like understanding. Just don't be a hypocrite, you fucking jackass. That's simple. It's simple. And think about the pay gap too. These rapists, these molesters, these sexual harassers, all there to lower vibrations and fuck with our goddesses. We have to stick together and fight for our goddesses. And that's a fact. That's why we're here in the first place. Like I said, we were created so we can protect them, not fucking destroy them. But let me do some etymology for you real quick, because I love doing etymology. What do these so-called pro-female celebrities call you? They call you queens, don't they? They don't call you goddesses. They call you queens. Now, they all know the bigger plan, so they know all this type of shit that these elites know with language and all that type of etymology. They know all of it. They're not dumb. They sold their soul and they found out the truth about the world. So, like I said, they worship Satan so they can lower and belittle our goddesses. So let's take a look at the etymology of queen. Queen, which originally came from the word queen, look it up. What does queen mean? A literal prostitute. So when they tell you to call yourself a queen and how to fuck these low vibrational niggas and not be in tune with your divine feminine energy, the most powerful energy, they tell you to literally be a prostitute. They don't use these words by accident. They just want to take you away from your divinity. Yo, realize that. Just realize that they're trying to take you away from your goddamn divinity, yo. Like they're evil. They're evil. We gotta realize that these people are evil, yo. The attack on the goddess. They don't want you to. They want you to use all this makeup with these toxic ass chemicals so you don't love the way you naturally look. They tell you to get breast and ass implants so you don't truly love your true divine self. They want to disconnect you from the source because they know how powerful you really are. On top of that, you still get the same bullshit toxins and chemicals that we get from the food. So on top of all the fuck shit you get for being just a woman, you deal with all the shit that we do with the food and shit. They fuck with our food and water, yo. It's like everybody knows that. They don't clean our water, they fuck with our food. We gotta ask ourselves why. Because they don't want us to be the gods and goddesses that we really are. It's all a fucking attack on the subconscious mind. Free black women. We have to. And this part is in particular for the black women. They only allow you to join the corporate world when you appear like the other races. They make you change your hair, which is naturally beautiful to y'all. So why do you have to imitate the white person and not be the powerful goddess you truly are? Add that to the oppression that you face for being black by your Christian and Jewish oppressors. They want to lower your vibration because they know if you guys tap in, you will be unbeatable. A tapped in black woman is the most dangerous thing on this planet, guys. So for all my black women, uplift yourselves, yo. Uplift yourselves. Always uplift yourself. Realize the goddess that you really are. For real. You got to realize that. An inside job. Now, we know there's a good amount of men that be mistreating women and do fuck shit all the time. But does that mean that women aren't doing the same shit? Nah. To women. They're doing it to women. These women are downgrading women. Like I mentioned before, these so-called female black role models be calling you queens, aka prostitutes, as in queens, and speak out low vibrational bullshit in their songs, are simply here to lower your vibration so you don't tap into the higher frequencies, so you can't tap into your God state. But there are also females who partook in the black feminist movement who in reality were CIA agents and who were sent here to infiltrate these communities and spark hatred amongst y'all. Who was a big one? Gloria Steinem, who's a proven CIA agent. You could look into this. She's a proven CIA agent who promoted pure hatred towards men rather than choosing to love them. They didn't want the black woman to love because the CIA fucking know that love is the key to power, so she wanted the black woman to hate the black man. This is how the elites benefited. This is how the elites benefited by this grimy ass white bitch who is being paid to separate the black family. Let me read this for you. Gloria Steinem first came across the radar of black men in 1978 when Steinem put a book called Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman. The book was written by a black feminist and activist named Michelle Wallace, who came out of nowhere. Wallace was in her early 20s at the time, yet she was being touted as a leader of the black feminism movement. In the book, Wallace called abolitionists like Harriet Tubman, and Sojourner Truth ugly and stupid for benefiting black men. So Harriet Tubman, one of the most influential black women of all time, she was calling her stupid for supporting black men. All right, Michelle. She called black revolutionaries chauvinist macho pigs and advised black women to go at it alone. Steinem said that Wallace's book would define the future of black relationships, and she pushed hard to make sure the book received massive publicity. Gloria Steinem's work triggered a flood of hate black men books and films that continue to this day. Needless to say, some were quite suspicious of Miss Magazine and Gloria Steinem. Why was Steinem sticking her nose into the affairs of the black community? So people started doing some research on Steinem. When it came out that Gloria Steinem was probably the ghostwriter of the book of Michelle Wallace's name on it, Wallace had a nervous breakdown and went into hiding for 2 years. So if she wrote the book, why would she run away? If she wrote it, she should be proud of her work if she wrote it. Wanna why? Because she didn't write it. Steinem did. Steinem, the white woman who is being paid by the CIA to separate the black community. It's right in your face. It's right in your face. The Hate Black Men movement was off and running, but the research into Steinem's background continued. So basically, the CIA paid a white woman to come in and promote hatred towards men so that the black woman would be full of hatred rather than love, because they know that the most dangerous black woman is one who operates through love, the highest frequency. So as in, they don't want you to be at your highest frequency because they know you'll be at your goddess state. They don't want you to be a goddess, the goddess that you really are. And let's remember, the only reason black men, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this because this is government sabotage. This is government CIA sabotage against the black community. The black community. The only reason black men were and still are mistreating black women is because the goddamn people who run this damn matrix, these Christians who run this damn matrix, who want you to remember or who want you to think you're fucking beasts and savages, but in reality you're gods and goddesses, that run this damn matrix, wiped out black history when they took over Kemet. They wiped it out completely. They reversed everything. They flooded our streets with GMO weed that fucks with your fucking brain. They flooded them with crack and heroin, brutalized us with police. They fucked with our food and water on a daily fucking basis. They never gave black people their reparations. They flooded their music with negativity and violence, beat them into believing the false doctrine of Christianity. Because remember, they beat that shit into us during slavery. They did that shit. You can't fucking deny it. It's a fact. And kept lowering their vibration and hate so they can be filled with hatred and bitterness, so they couldn't really love one another because they were so traumatized by all this bullshit that they've been going through since the fucking Christians took over everything and enslaved them. So why are we getting mad at the oppressed and not the oppressor? We have to stand together and realize we are being deceived. Enough is enough. We got to stand up against the oppressor. Real shit. So in conclusion, with all this being said, with all the facts that I just displayed to you, to all my gods watching this right now, we got to stop downgrading our goddesses, for real. We're literally here to protect them, not to fucking hurt them. We've been deceived. We've been fully deceived. We got to see past this illusion, guys. We got to see past this illusion, because it's unjust to these women out here. It really is. We're supposed to be protecting them, not fucking raping them and fucking downgrading them. And to all my goddesses watching this, love yourself, your true self. For you are the strongest creations, for you are the original creation. You have the more powerful energy. Live in love. Understand that we've all been deceived. And take back your divinity. And to everyone watching this, love and respect one another. For if we all play our part and choose to be righteous, then we will take back our world from these evil-ass oppressors. Remember, we all came from women, specifically the black women. Nonetheless, women. So with that in mind, an attack on the woman is an attack on everyone. So it's time to reclaim our divinity and fight back against the true evil, our fucking oppressors. With that being said, I want to end things off with this. Love to everybody out there. I have no hatred towards anybody. I have no hatred towards these Christians and every type of religion, because they've all been deceived. It's not their fault. Don't get it twisted. It's not their fault. They've been lied to and deceived their whole entire lives. For like a good amount of years, yo. It's not their fault. They've just been lied to and deceived. But we gotta see past these lies. We gotta see past this illusion. We've been lied to and deceived. We gotta stand up against the oppressor. And with that being said, love to everybody seeing this. You have to choose love, because love is the most powerful thing of them all. So to all my gods watching this, all my gods and goddesses watching this, I love you all. And take it easy. Peace.